What's up, you guys? This is Vincanity, and today I wanted to share with you guys a new app that I just found. One of the biggest problems for a lot of b-boys and b-girls is finding events, finding current news, finding just stuff in the area, even finding practice spots. When I first started, I think it took me a good couple years till I even got in touch with the dance scene in my community. And once I did, it was still a struggle to find events, find what's going on. Because back then it was all pretty much word of mouth, who you knew. Sometimes you'd get a text message, sometimes you get a paper flyer, and occasionally you actually got a nice flyer where you had actual information for the event. Today we have this thing called Facebook, which has solved a lot of those problems because depending on who you're connected with, you could find current events in your area, you could find everything that's going on. But the only problem is, in order to find these events, you have to be connected. Now, even for me, I've been dancing for 15 plus years. I recently moved to Los Angeles. Now, in Northern California, I'm very connected with the events. I get almost flooded with events. But since I've been living in Los Angeles, it's a little bit more difficult because I'm not connected with all the right people. So sometimes I find out about events while it's happening and I'm like, man, I wish I would have known a couple weeks ago. I could have planned out and come to this event. But now you have no excuse because there's this new app called ByBase. I just opened it, and it is basically an app for dancers. And I've literally just opened it. I've never opened this app before, but I read a little bit about it. So it basically has 4 tabs, very simple things. This first one is articles, where there's articles written by different dancers, different pioneers, stuff that will be relevant for you as a dancer. Also, you could select different categories as far as music, people, news, knowledge, fashion, and other. Let's see what other is. Oh, and other, it just has kind of like some more random articles, stuff I guess that just doesn't fit in the categories. The section that I was actually really excited about is the events tab right here, events. This is actually the one where you could kind of filter to your area and also your dance style. So that's another issue, is a lot of times when you get connected with certain people, you get certain dance style events. Like, for example, if you have a bunch of popper friends, you're gonna get a bunch of popper events. But if you're the only b-boy in a bunch of popper friends, you might not be able to find those events. So with this, you press my filter and it's gonna take you to this tab. Oh, I pressed on the Bob Marley concert. My filter, and once you press my filter, it has all these things. So you can see it says style, type, when, and where. So first I'm gonna click style, and since I break, I'm gonna click breaking. Let's see what type is. Type. Okay, so in type, it actually has battle, workshop, party, festival, camp. So for me, I think battle, check mark. When? I'm gonna go for this month, since I don't think it's a Thursday. Actually, it's a Wednesday. I don't think there's anything going on today. So I clicked on this month. And the last thing is where. I think that's actually the most important one, because especially when you travel, you suddenly become instantly disconnected with the breaking scene. And I remember back in the day, especially in like the 2000 era, there was forums online where you would go on, you would search, and you would ask people questions like, what's going on in this country? And sometimes you get a response, but it definitely wasn't 100% for sure. Like, it was a gamble. So I'm gonna select the United States. I'm gonna press this little button right here, and I'm gonna go to Los Angeles, since I live in Los Angeles. So now that I got all my stuff selected, breaking battle this month in Los Angeles, then I'm gonna press check. And then right there, basically, once I press OK, a bunch of events pop up in my area. Now, another thing that's pretty cool is I could actually save them, I believe. I think I pressed this plus sign. I think that's what I do. Okay, so when I press that plus sign, which now turned into a check mark for Dre Day LA. What is this? It's a concert that has I'm guessing there's some type of battle at it. So I pressed the little plus sign that now turned into a check mark right here, as you can see on the right side. From here, it added it to the ByBase section here. So I'm gonna show you guys that, which is kind of cool because sometimes you don't always have internet, and that sucks, especially when you travel. You either have Wi-Fi or maybe you got an expensive phone plan where you could, you know, go internationally. But if you're on a budget like myself, you could just save it, and now while you're not connected to the internet, you could look at the event, get all the information without struggling to find a Starbucks or a coffee shop to go, you know, log onto Wi-Fi and check your email. So that is extremely convenient, especially for you travelers, anyone that's trying to travel to an event. That makes a huge difference. So this last section is search. Is basically so you can search for something specific. So I typed in b-boy, and just everything relevant to b-boy that's in their database pops up, from events to articles, pretty much everything. So if you know of the name of an event, the name of an article, and you want to skip past the searching, you can skip past the filters, you can just press search. So that's actually pretty useful too. So again, this is called ByBase. It's just an easy, convenient way to find not just articles and stuff relevant to breaking or whatever dance or art form you do. It helps you find events, and I think that is actually a very useful tool for today's breaking scene because it's so big, it's growing. It's literally crazy how many people dance and are part of this hip-hop culture. I was last month I was in Vietnam, and on my last day there I was in a little village called Tuy Hoa, and I went up to a mountain because I saw a temple on the top of the mountain, and I was gonna take pictures of the temple. As soon as I got up there, there's a bunch of kids breaking. Kids are like from age 14 to like 23, and they're all dance. So I went up and danced with them, and I wish I would have known earlier because I was there for 3 weeks and I didn't know that that town even had hip-hop. So it was just really mind-blowing to me that this little town in Vietnam had a breaking scene, right? And this app would have actually been a convenient way for me to discover that on my own. So add this to your phone. It's super convenient. It's in the App Store. It's in, I believe it's in the Apple Store if you got an Apple phone. Check it out. Let me know what you think. I hope it helps you. This is a fairly new app, so I'm sure in some locations there won't be that many events. So as more and more event planners start adding it and adding their events to this app, you will find more and more stuff. So I'm excited about this. I'm gonna go use it right now and find an event maybe this weekend. All right, you guys take care. Peace.